And welcome back to part 14 of What If the Third Hokage Adopted Naruto. Last time on Naruto What If, Naruto had left his budding harem, which we're not doing. Don't worry, someone's gonna... he'll end up with one of them, and the other one will be just perfectly fine. I'll see to it, don't worry. But he went on for his 3-year training mission. Now, I'm not gonna go in depth into what happens beat by beat, repeat every adventure. But we will go over basically what Naruto learned. Now, Naruto, as he stands, is probably... you factor in Kurama's chakra and his ability to use it, is probably a mid to higher tuning level ninja. Naruto coming back after 3 years? Well, let's get into what he learns. His mastery of sealing, he becomes someone who rivals Jiraiya in terms of sealing. He's just a lot more versatile when it comes to his sealing. He's continued to, work on, the trench knife fighting style. I imagine, too, he'd pick up a second chakra nature. Now, I've had a lot of people say, well, Naruto's second chakra nature is this, Naruto's second chakra nature is that. Apart from the wind, there is no knowledge of what Naruto's second chakra nature was. I've looked through many sources. There was no evidence to what his other chakra nature was. Now, that said, Naruto gained all the other chakra natures after his 6 paths chakra opened up. So he did ultimately gain all the chakra natures, but he only had the wind. Now, he very likely had a secondary nature for another one. Being an Uzumaki and being the son of both Minato and Kushina, and the fact that Boruto has a wind and lightning style, I will actually lean towards the lightning element in this version. Now, Hinata, from what I found, does have a lightning style as well, so that's probably where he got it. But for the sake of fun, let's say that because they both have a lightning style, that's why he had a secondary nature in lightning. So yeah, we'll say Naruto had lightning, and this gives him access to a bunch of other, elemental techniques. I'm not going to go over every single one, but yes, like Killer Bee funneled lightning chakra into that pencil when he fought Kasame. He can do the same with his trench knives. Lightning bolt. He can do many different types of lightning jutsu. He also has, improved taijutsu. He's very well aware of the clone's abilities to learn. So he's been using that. But the 3 big things we really need to go over: Elemental Rasengan, Sage Mode, Kurama's chakra. So first and foremost, let's go over the Elemental Rasengan first. Because it was made apparent to him that the Rasengan was incomplete, and he asked Jiraiya about that, Naruto did spend a lot of time working on the Elemental Rasengan. Unlike with, say, in the original, where he was pressed for time learning it, Naruto does take a bit more time to learn it, but he does ultimately learn it, and learn it well. He gets the Wind Rasengan and Rasen Shuriken down. He still needs a clone to do them, but he only needs the one. Because one clone because he can make the Rasengan with just one hand. He can use one hand for the Wind Chakra, and actually, he can use both hands of the clone for the Wind Chakra. So he only needs the one clone. With the Lightning Rasengan, though, that's interesting, because there is a Lightning Rasengan. The Vanishing Rasengan is what happened when Boruto added his Lightning Chakra to Rasengan. But do I want to go that route? Do I want to just copy off of Boruto? Which I very well could. I very well could. But I want to at least try to be a bit more original than that. So when the Rasengan was fused with wind, it was the sharp nature of the wind, like the blade-like nature of the wind, was in effect. So that's where the blades and the shuriken form came from. Because of the randomness and chaotic nature of electricity, though, I would want something more like a wide area blast effect. So what I'm talking about here is, with a standard, let's say, electrical Rasengan, it's able to barely hold its sphere form. And Naruto can even keep it still as a sphere form, but the minute that any control is lost, it kind of just goes erratic and wild. It kind of just does a massive flashbang. But it's also, electricity and chakra. But Naruto's able to basically flashbang it in someone's face. With the advanced version of it, which you use a clone for, I'm imagining something where it's like a giant version of that, and then just, he has to be quick about it, just boom. And let's think of Final Flash, basically, from Dragon Ball Z. Just Final Flash, Rasengan! Rasengan! What's that, Vegeta? Something from another anime. What's another anime? I don't know, I'm getting meta. So something like that. Because he's got 3 years, didn't take Naruto more than I think a month or two to get that down in the canon, and he was being pressed for time. Yeah, I would imagine he could do that. Now, that being said, neither of them he can throw. Let's now phase over into Sage mode. Do I think now Naruto would be learning Sage mode at this point? In this version, yes. And I say that because Jiraiya, unlike in other versions, Naruto is the adopted son of his teacher. Jiraiya wants to do well by Sarutobi, by his mentor, and by his pupil, but the fourth, he knows this is Naruto's son. So yes, I think though he says that for like the end, like he says that for like the final year of training. So Naruto does get it down. He eventually learns to basically throw these things at the opponent. When Naruto throws, say, the lightning Rasengan, the whatever you'd call it, Rasengan Flash. This guy, yeah, actually that's not bad. Rasengan Bang. Actually, Rasengan Bang's not bad either. Lightning Style Rasengan Bang. Actually that's not bad. If you can think of a better one, let me know. Yeah, Naruto, because he's able to now throw, like he was able to throw the Rasengan Shuriken, the dense chakra, he's able to throw it, it holds the sphere for a few seconds, and then just goes crazy and erratic explosion. So that leads us finally to Kurama. Now, unfortunately, Naruto has not mastered Kurama's chakra. However, as the years have gone on, he's learned more about seals, he's gone into his mindscape multiple times, had a conversation with the fox. He is more on a working basis with Kurama. Him and Kurama have definitely reached a lot more mutual understanding. Him and the fox still aren't the best of friends, but they definitely have a good work relationship. They can even crack a joke here or there. Kurama explains why going into the... this is weird, because the fourth tail and beyond, are tails that we never see Naruto use, but we see Killer Bee use those tails to be states and those tails. Yet, we never see Naruto use multiple tails beyond the third and remain in control. Although, let's be honest, in canon, how much control did he really have? They really don't illustrate that as control on Naruto's part. They really don't do a good job of that. Not in my opinion, anyway. But, so what I think we'd see here is Kurama explains about the second form, transformation form to him. How he's not really going to be able to, because he's going to have to use show off his chakra and have Kurama's chakra used. But he at least helps Naruto, or at least allows Naruto access to his full tails, or close to him, assuming he can't go full tail. Let's say 8 tails then. 8 tails chakra and the standard chakra cloak. Now, I will say that between 1 and 4 tails, he remains completely in control. From 5 to 6, we're now starting to look at a kid who's starting to lose a bit of his temper. It's only at the 8 where I think he kind of goes into that very feral state of mind. And it's just because he can only handle so much. So that's where we see Naruto, which puts him very well into the high Jonin level, if not arguably a Kage level of strength. So they get back to the village finally after the years of being gone. Naruto's woo! Oh, Konoha, I'm back! He gets his Sage Cloak, by the way. I'm giving him that damn Sage Cloak. Why he didn't keep it? Screw you, Kishimoto. I really like Naruto a lot. Last arc had some problems, but damn it, give him the damn coat. It was a badass Sage Cloak, man. Come on. Anyway, he's keeping the coat. So he's like, I'm back, and all of a sudden he hears, Naruto, Sakura, and it's like, Naruto, you're back, and she goes and gives him a big hug. It's like, yeah, yep, I'm back. It's like you're looking, what? And she's like, kind of like, wow, because let's be honest, if Naruto had not been as annoying, let's be honest, as he was, or as a lot of people found him, Naruto was not a bad-looking kid. Naruto probably could have had his own... I mean, look, Hinata crushed on him hard. That was more because of personality, but I'm sure she found him physically attractive. We know she did. She married him. Either that, or those eyes aren't just for show, and she's actually blind. But no, obviously, she clearly found him physically attractive. But, I mean, Naruto was never a bad-looking kid. And, as he grew up to be a pretty good-looking guy. So, I imagine Sakura having a big crush on him. And, being basically at this point, she's like, I love Naruto. she, is looking at us like, wow, you look great. And Naruto's looking over Sakura too, and he's like, I mean, I want to say you look the same, but I'd be lying. And being Naruto being a bit more of a smooth operator, it's like, and he's like, wow, you look wow too. And they're kind of blushing, just like, hey, boss. It's like, huh, Kurama? It's like, boing, and Sakura decks, and it's like, Kurama, you can't do jutsu like that. Now watch this no pervy jujutsu again. She still smacks Naruto. It's like, oh, Sakura-chan, don't act pervy around. Yeah, don't act pervy around me like that. Seriously, what's wrong with you? It's like, sorry, Sakura. It's like, and she just smiles at him. So they go back, and Kakashi's there, and they have their bell test. I'm not going to go into the very rarely am I ever going to redo the bell test, because it's just going to end in the same thing, and me just filling out a video for no reason. And so maybe how they get to there is different. Like with the 6th pass, Naruto easily could have just took the. I think I even demonstrated that in the Rasengan episode, where he just kind of Basho Tenin and Prita Path, or Shinra Tensei, them just whoop. Anyway, so yeah, so they solve the case, like, and Naruto offers to take her out, and for food, it's like, oh, you buying it? And then Naruto looks, oh, I'm sorry, and he's like, I'm sorry, Sakura. And Sakura is a man, like, it's okay. You know what? You've been gone for so long. This one's on me. And she takes his hand, and he's like, yeah, okay. They have a nice time. Now, I won't say if anything happened beyond that. Nothing really did. But, the implications that there was a goodnight kiss or anything like that. To be fair, Sakura's not dumb either. Naruto just got back. Let him get back into the fray of things before he goes, and, they go, it's like, so, you love me? Who do you love? Let's wait a little bit for that, and she's very smart about that. Obviously, Garra gets captured, and Shikamaru, Team 7 gets sent out to retrieve Garra. It meets Temari on the way. Chio attacks Kakashi. Naruto blocks it. Ultimately, Team Guy is sent out on the mission as well. And sent on the mission as well. And so to fast forward now, we have we have the Akatsuki, Itachi, and Kasame. And Itachi shows up. Naruto, you will be coming with me. They're like, yeah. It's like, I don't think so, Itachi. And there's the explanation. It's like, how much of your eyesight have you lost? I love that look at Itachi's face. It's like, son of a bitch, you. It's like, yeah, enough of that. You're gonna tell me. I can't remember. You're gonna tell us what you're doing here right now. And he has the Genjutsu on Naruto, because he has a good working relationship with Kurama this time around. He basically just like, yeah, that's not. And then he just flexes some of the Fox's chakras. It's like, what? It's like, huh? Wait, did he just Rasengan? What's up? And he just, and I like to think the way Naruto does the Odama Rasengan is he creates Rasengan and just Odama Rasengan, and he just gets floored by Naruto quick. I mean, Kakashi obviously does tries to get in. Basically, he doesn't get floored by Naruto quick enough for that to work the first time. But then Kakashi traps him with a Shadow Clone with the Genjutsu, and that whole works. The Team Guy thing works out fine. So that fast forwards us right all the way to Dedera and Sasori. Unfortunately, Garra is still pretty much on death's door. And they basically come in, and Naruto's like, give us back Garra now. It's like, you want him? Come and get him. However, Naruto's like, fine. Fine. And just as he's about to just as he's about to fly off with Garra, Naruto basically just, because he's got seals now all over his hands. And he's got seals for multiple purposes. One of them being, all of a sudden, Dedera feels the bird grab. Just, it's like ninja wire? Ninja art. Lightning wire! And just slices right through the bird and just grabs Garra immediately. And Sasori and them's like, he knows lightning chakra? He knows lightning chakra? Oh, shit. Like, they say, Garra, come on. And now we get into the in-depth meat of this chapter right now. Or part, if you will. So Naruto's trying to revive. Like, no, Garra, and then stand back, boy. I'll deal with it. Are you sure you want to be focusing on him, Granny Chio? You should be focusing more. You should have more focus on the task at hand, which Sakura just boom comes in and nearly smashes, throws the poison needles at him, but Naruto basically just it's like wind style, kill bomb, and just blasts it back. Wind jutsu too? You definitely are going to be a problem, boy. But I can tell right now, you will be once we extract the fox from you, you will be added to my collection post haste. Come on, man, you know real art is an explosion. To which Kakashi's just, and Kakashi realizes that he's got to deal with Dedra due to the Earth style. He's like, I don't think so. Where do you think you're going? And he's got the Sharingan. He's like, nope. It's like, you really think it's gonna work, my man, Kakashi? And, he throws out the little spider, but he's like, oh, damn it. And Kakashi using Lightning Blade, not actually using it in the sense of the attack, which wastes more chakra, but just, disarms him just like Naruto. He's like, damn it, that's what Kakashi could do it too. He's like, I've got something special for you. But I'm going to have to keep him distracted. Naruto can get some clones of here. Right! He throws some clones to distract Dedra. Kakashi's preparing the Mangekyo. Meanwhile, real Naruto and Sakura are facing off against Sasori. And he just reveals himself, the full puppet. My favorite puppet, Hiraku. You're going to be difficult. Between that wind and lightning, you're going to be difficult, Foxy Tater. Hey, don't you forget about me. Now, I didn't actually specify what Sakura had been doing with her training the whole time. And that's because Sakura's training was pretty much just... I do think she went to go to Tsunade. I do think that. She also continued to learn under Kurenai as well. So she's now got the medical ninjutsu, she's got the strength, and she's got the high-level genjutsu. I'd even say Kurenai probably says, yeah, Sakura surpassed me at this point. And plus, Kurenai, Kurenai has a new genjutsu mistress, and you know what? I'm fine with that. And I think she says that due to the fact she ended up getting pregnant with Asuma's kid, so she was on, leave. But Sakura's just, she tries to put him under genjutsu, and he's like, genjutsu won't work on me, girl. And, he fires the tail off. He's like, sorry, don't worry. And she's avoiding the blade of the tail at all costs. Like, one little scratch and you'll be poisoned, just like that young puppet master I fought there. Genjutsu won't work on me, girl. A girl, not even as a distraction. Naruto's, and then all of a sudden Naruto's like, wind style, wind blades, and he just blades come in and start cutting and he's like really putting some hardcore chakra in there, just slice. He even go in the the real body. The main Sasori gets out of there, and Chihiro's is like, I should have known. You've really been a problem, haven't you? You're really being a problem. Hiraku was one of my favorites, and he's now summoning the giant arms. Naruto's Rasenganing through him. Sakura's blasting through him. I'll show you my favorite one. And he's like, the third Kazekage. So now you'll know the true power of his Iron Sand. And, the Iron Sand comes in. Naruto's able to displace it with electricity temporarily. It's like, and Naruto even points out, in a weirdly bizarre, smart thing, Naruto says, like, magnetism and electricity are directly related. I might not be able to stop it, but I can keep it at bay. But for how long? That's the question, isn't it, Naruto? As, Sasori's main puppet body comes in, as that like high-intensity rope wire. They never explain what that was. Cable comes in. All right, Naruto, Sakura is able to barely stop it. She doesn't get through it. Sakura, don't worry, I still have some of the antidote here. And she gives herself the antidote. It's like, oh, made a little antidote to my poison, did you? But it's pointless. And it's like, is it pointless though? And he's looking at Naruto. It's like, two more clones pop. And one clone pops out, and it's like, sense it. All of a sudden, ninja art, and he's just basically holding still. Because Naruto trained later on to pretty much go instantaneously or instantly into Sage mode, even while moving. That was impressive. And Naruto having years to work, like over a year to work on that. Oh, Naruto would do that, and he just takes a moment and makes a clone. And Sakura sees that and is like, "Wait, what is those eyes?" It's like, lightning art, lightning art thing, bang, and then just it's like, what is? Poof, super disruption to the third Hokage, the third Kazekage puppet. Now Sakura finally destroys it, breaks it down. And he's like, very well, you've left me no choice, Fox Container, and young Konoichi. And Chio, again, is trying to use Rival Jutsu, but she needs focus and time. It's like, no, it couldn't be using that. Great Chio, he talks about Great Chio's legendary treasure trove. Like, he once conquered a whole fortress in your collection. Am I right, Granny Chio? But I once conquered an entire country with these. And then now prepare yourself. Shall we begin? And then Naruto's finally looking at him with the sage. I was like, no, I think it's time we end this. And all of a sudden, all the puppets collapse. What did you do? What? And all of a sudden, he's just starting to. What is this? Why can't I have my chakra? He's like, I knew you had. I could tell just from looking at you that. I could sense just from your appearance where your actual chakra source lies. You may mostly be puppet, but you still need some sort of organic component. So that's where your chakra's stored, huh? Interesting. So you identified it. How are you doing this? And then Naruto just goes like, when he sees multiple clones, all like just hanging, just sticking on the wall, sitting, just basically giant chakra seals all over the place. Like, how is it? You didn't really. Did you think in all the chaos I wouldn't be prepared for someone who used chakra as their main source of weaponry? You puppet users may hide behind your puppets, but to use those puppets, you still need to use pure chakra. All I had to do was set the terrain. but your associates will not be able to use their abilities either. And to which Dedra, unfortunately, has already been like. Yeah, but unfortunately, luckily, Kakashi Sensei only needed so much time as he basically he landed because this distance between Dedra and Kakashi is compared to how it was there, and he has less room to fly around and hide. He basically just took out Dedra's entire and now Dedra's he took out his arm originally, and he was still able to go from there. But now here's like organs, heart. He even took out the mouth parts. And Dedra's just done. It's like, yeah. To which finally, and he's like, "You're all becoming us. I will do no such thing." And finally, Naruto's like, "Fuck." It's like and then Naruto's like, "And fine, to protect everyone like me, Tailbase and Garra." It's like when he does the finishing blow to Sasori, and he finally just, he gives the information about Kabuto in the meeting on the bridge. And he's like, I must admit, you were impressive, box container. And just dies. And so, eventually, Garra wakes up, Naruto's over him, and he's like, how you doing there, man? He's like, Naruto? Everything okay? And Naruto's sage mode is over at this point, so he doesn't know Chio's dead. It's like, where's Granny Chio? It's Granny Chio's here? It's like, yeah, she's just resting. There's no problem. It's like, no, she's not. She had to use that jutsu, didn't she? That wasn't a revival or resurrection jutsu, boy. And so everyone's mourning Granny Chio, and it's very sad and boo-hoo. I liked Chio's character. I had nothing against her. She's like, boo-hoo, people are dead. Come on, man. No, but seriously. So ultimately, we get the end of the Garra rescue arc. Naruto is just far more capable in this than he was there. Plus, Sakura is. With one good fight Sakura ever got in Shippuden. Kakashi could still make it home, no problem. He's not out of commission. So this raises a very unique scenario coming up for the Sasuke retrieval arc, which is the next arc. Now, seeing as we have a few minutes left, let's talk about that for a second. Where is Sasuke? Sasuke's actually getting a little stronger too because he's had the Sound 4 to train off as well all this time. He is the de facto leader of Sound 4, who are still very much around. Orochimaru's been just, cultivating Sasuke this whole time, just as he did originally. But, yeah, I think that's really all you need to know. Now, that said, with the Sound 4 still being around, will they be there at the valley or at the bridge? I know this, probably not. They're still probably hanging around. They're Sasuke's entourage, pretty much. I can even see Tayuya kind of being like the Karin and having a thing, although being more not fangirly about it. I mean, like, it's like you're actually really attracted. It's like you're strong, you're attracted. And Sasuke, while not being greatly interested, does him. He's like, you're strong and attracted too. Screw it. They banged. I'm saying it right now. They banged. She's like, yeah, I'll tap that. Yeah, I'll top that. And it's like, rah, like but it's not necessarily out of romance. I'm not saying I couldn't make that happen. Maybe I will. I'm not. We're not there yet. But I'm saying it's just out of carnal desire and hormones. And it's like, hey, we're trapped in here. There's not a lot of the opposite gender anymore. Well, from Sasuke's perspective, there's not a lot of the opposite gender. From Taiyo's perspective, there's plenty, and they're all idiots, except for Sasuke. So I was like, screw it, why not? That's the thing. It's a thing. Anyway, that's really part one with Sasuke and Taiyo banging. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Part 15 will be out. Actually, next week's in my week of what if. Just because of the way that the months or the weeks fall this month. Yeah, next week's the week of what if. So actually, next episode will be Monday. So keep your eyes out for that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.